Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Today we're going to make this rainbow card and we're going to use just standard dies in our stash. These are two cards that I've made already. And today I'm going to make one using this scalloped edged 5x7 card. If you're making it yourself, it's 10x7 and you score along at the 5. So this card is a 5x7 standard card and this is a 6x6 scalloped edge card. I've used oval dies in order to make the rainbows, which I cut in half. These are the dies that I used and I just got these from AliExpress. They're 4x4 3/4. The clouds that you see here I made using these little cloud dies, which again I got from AliExpress, and you can see the sizes of them there on the screen. I've die cut out each individual colour card and then I've cut them in half. For my clouds I've used an opalescent paper, and for the background I'm using Distress Oxide and this is broken china. Also going to use my Emax Design blending brush. These are just standard makeup brushes that I got and work perfectly. I'm going to use this Nuvo and it's a glitter drops, and this one is called Glitter Drops Yellow Bird. I'm also going to use this, it's Craft Sensations glitter glue, and it works just like your, ordinary glitter glue. I'll also use some Nuvo glue to adhere all the pieces together. This here is a daughter die that I got recently. I ordered 2 by accident. I clicked 2 instead of 1. So I'd like to give this die away to one of you out there who is watching this. You can see here I've cut the daughter out and you can see its size. I've cut this out with white card and 4 in the pink card, and then I use my Spectrum Noir glitter pen over the top of it. It's got lots of glitter, you can even see it here on the camera. So that's the die I'm going to use. I'm going to make a daughter card, as I said, so let's get on with it. Here you can see all my mats and layers, and this first one is an opalescent card, which came free in a Love from Lizzie kit. I just love the shine on this opalescent white card. I'm going to use that for my main front layer, and it measures 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. I'm also going to use this soft pink card and it is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And this purple card measures 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. And they're going to be our mats and layers for the front of our card. Now I'm going to take this white card first and I'm going to put my cloud scene on it, and this is a stencil that I've made myself. I have some heavy acetate and I've cut cloud shapes out of it. Now this one that you can see here, I've used this XCUT cloud die. It's really cool, it gives a great finish on your paper or vellum or acetate, whatever you're using, but I thought it would be a great smaller cloud stencil for me to use. So you can see how small they are compared to this, and this is one I freehand cut myself. So I'm going to use the smaller edge today on my white card. So I'm going to first take my tape runner, and this is a removable tape runner. I'm going to put some on my desk and then stick paper down to that. And that'll help it, it won't move this way. Now I'm taking my blending brush and I'm going to zoom in a little bit and I'm going to speed it up as well. I've sped this up 4 times so we can get through it a little bit quicker. You don't need to watch me taking ages to do this. These brushes are really lovely. They give such a soft and subtle colour to the page. I'm holding back on the handle, which gives a very light colour down, whereas if you put your finger down on the head, it will actually give it a much heavier colouring. So that's our main piece, and you can still see the opalescence underneath it. I just spotted some glue on my hands, or some ink on my hands, so I'm going to clean that off before I start gluing down our front piece. I'm using the Nuvo glue here because I find that it's much easier to make sure that my border is nice and even. Sometimes I struggle with this and end up with it being wonky. Next, I'm going to take my stamping platform and I'm going to stamp down my sentiment. The sentiment I'm going to use here is wishing you happiness today and every day, and I've been using it a lot recently. I really like this sentiment. I think it's lovely. I'm going to use a small VersaFine cube. The colour of this ink is Imperial Purple, and because it's a VersaFine ink, it stays wet a little longer. So I'm happy with my mats and layers. I'm going to stick that down onto the front of our card base. I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to apply pressure from the back to make sure that it's stuck down. And here we have our rainbow. As I said, I took my dies and I cut out different colours of paper: purple, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. I've got my daughter sentiment there I'm going to put on the top, and my little clouds. And I'm going to first of all stick down the sentiment daughter. So using my Nuvo glue, I'm going to put little drops behind that, pop that down there. I've taken some of my little blocks, my stamping blocks, and I'm going to put them on top so that it holds down the sentiment word and helps it to glue firmly. I've also stuck down my rainbow, and now I'm going to use some 3M foam tape on my clouds. I'm going to put them at the bottom of each rainbow end. I'm going to again put some 3M foam tape on this smaller cloud and put that to the right. Now I could have put these clouds so that they're kind of hanging off the paper, but I really like the way how they look on this myself. So I have another little cloud here and I'm going to tuck that up by the top of our rainbow. And I've cut out this little circle piece, and I've used some of my Nuvo drops, the yellow bird, but although I put a little sun on my other two cards, I felt with the daughter being on top it was too much at the top of my card, so I'm going to leave that out of there today. Now the bottom is looking pretty bare here, so I wanted to put a sentiment. Because this is a birthday card, I wanted to put something down there, and this set that I have here I got free in one of my magazines. I love getting the crafting magazines every month, and I didn't remember to write down on the back of this which magazine it came from. So I have my card and my stamping platform, and I have my sentiment in, and I'm going to stamp that down using the VersaFine Imperial Purple ink. And I'm pretty happy with that stamping. I'm going to clean off my stamp now. So the next thing I want to do is sprinkle some hearts on this card. And I recently got a little die in a kit that we got last month from Love from Lizzie. And in that were 3 little flower dies. And where the flower cuts out the petals, one of these dies has hearts for petals. And I thought this would be the perfect size for the little hearts I want. So using some strips of leftover card for making our rainbow, I'm going to use my Gemini Go and pop out some hearts for the card. So I'm happy die cutting out all the different colours in this little flower and popping out all the hearts. As I go to move my card, I realise that I've just tipped it with the side of my hand and I've smudged it. I don't notice this for a little while when I'm die cutting, and then when I do, I'm Oh, so angry. Do you know, I would have just thrown this whole card away when I had started before. I would have struggled with what to do with it, but I know now that most things can be fixed. After all, it's just paper. So what I'm going to do is stamp out the sentiment on a piece of white cardstock. I cut it out in this little die, and it's got a nice scalloped edge going all around, but I thought it looked too big down there. It kind of took away some of my cloud effect that I had stenciled on, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fussy cut out just the birthday part of this sentiment. And I've used my Fiskars scissors, I've cut around it, and you know what? That looks perfect. I put a bit of 3M foam tape behind it, and I had another little opalescent cloud that I die cut out. I figured that would just hide some of the smudge. Then below that I took a bigger yellow heart that I punched out of the paper, and I popped that down, and now you can't even see the smudge that I made. And it's, you know, the actual sentiment now, it brings more focus because I have the daughter sentiment on top, and because it's a layered die cut, the birthday sentiment that's up on the 3M, I think it actually balances the two out well. I'm gluing down a sprinkling of the small die cut hearts around the card, and I'm also going to glue down some punched out bigger hearts. I've used the same papers that I used for the rainbow, and I'm going to put some inside around my sentiment so there's some continuity from the front of the card to the inside. I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen on all the little hearts that are sprinkled on the front of the card, and also I'm going to use some of my glitter glue around the edge of the clouds that are on the front. So here's a reminder, don't forget to leave a comment below. You could be in with a chance to win this daughter die that I have on the table beside the card. And I'm going to give this away to one random winner on Friday, which will be the 5th of July 2019. So leave a comment below, and on Friday I will pick a winner, and I'll announce it on my Facebook and my Instagram channels, as well as here on YouTube. I'd like to thank Nicole Spohr, who's a wonderful YouTube crafter. She is the one that inspired this card. There are many others out there that I really love to watch and feel inspired by. That's Jennifer Maguire, Sam from Mixed Up Craft, Amy Orr from Prairie and Ink, and Desiree from Included Thank You. There's so many more people out there who are so fabulous and help to support us all. And I'd just like to say thank you to all of them who've helped me on this journey. I'd like to thank you for watching this video and supporting me. And I'd also like for you, if you wouldn't mind, clicking the like button, the thumbs up button down below. And if you click the bell icon, you'll be able to subscribe to my channel, so when I post new videos, you'll be notified. So that's it for now, folks. Again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye for now.